Hey guys, and welcome to your daily mobility flow. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I hope you got your coffee. We haven't talked about it in a minute, but it's important. I don't know why I'm aiming for pigeon. We're not starting with pigeon today. I'm lying. We're going crisscross applesauce. And if the look on my face tells you anything, it's that my hips are very tight. So we're crossing up and we're just gonna lean forward. And we're just gonna work side to side. We'll spend about 30 seconds on each side and we're gonna do each one twice to kind of start things off. So I'm in my normal crisscross position. I gotta make sure I call it the right thing. Can't call it, definitely can't call it what we called it growing up anymore. That is not a thing. So crisscross it is. But I'm starting in my regular crisscross, the one that's normal for me. It's comfortable. And then we're just gonna switch it up, switch the legs, and we're gonna lean in the other way. Crisscrossed up. I'm normally not like I'm not a run more than twice per week kind of guy. Never have been. Well, since I stopped playing lacrosse, I haven't been. I think running is incredible for you. I think running every day is a bad idea. Just like I think bench pressing every day is a bad idea. Or lunging every day is a bad idea. Or doing Murph every day is a bad idea. Yeah, I've never been much for running every day, but I have run 2 days in a row. And my hips are so tight. Your glutes switch. What they really do is extend the hip. That's their primary job. But since they cross the hip joint, they act as a stabilizer too. Similar, like my biceps flex my elbow, but they can also stabilize my elbow. They can help hold it in place. And the same is true. I lied. We're gonna do each side 3 times. Switch it up again. The same is true for your glutes when you run. They're not like a primary mover in a typical gait, but they act as a stabilizer for your hips while you're moving, which is why chronic running can lead to very, very tight hips, very, very tight glutes. Not necessarily strong hips or glutes, just tight. Because all they need to do is stabilize. They don't need to actually flex and extend. And since running's a very knee dominant movement, hip flexion, hip extension movement, ankle and knee dominant, it tends to tighten you up in the booty region. Okay, let's go. 1 in, 1 out. We're gonna just flow into the next thing. We're just gonna flow back and forth. I'm gonna lean down this leg. This is a great stretch because you can drink your coffee while you do it. I'm just gonna switch sides, in and out. My knees are a little tight from doing that crisscross. It's okay, take your time. Just work into it. Aiming for those hamstrings. Lean over. Spend like 5 or 6 seconds on each side and then switch. We're just gonna work back and forth for a second. And by a second I mean a minute, and by a minute I mean like 2 minutes. Just keep switching it up. How you guys been today? You been alright? Super pretty right now. It's been a beautiful day in the garage. I spent the whole day in the garage with all this government closure of the gym. Switch. You know, I got athletes who probably have a sum of $500,000 in scholarship money that they'll earn over the next 4 to 6 years, depending on what grade they're in. Switch. It's like stopping could literally destroy their future. You know, I mean, some are probably will end up, you know, being professional athletes at some level, and they're not there yet, but the idea of stopping and just caving in is not really an option. So the garage, I'm getting there. My hammies are getting there. They're loosening up. I'm getting where I need to be. The first couple of sets were not good enough. But so the garage has turned into a high school training grounds. Just keeping them all going, keeping them moving forward. So I have been in the garage since 9 a.m. this morning, pretty much until right now. 9 to 5. I have a 9 to 5 now for the first time ever. Never had a 9 to 5 in my life until right now. Switch. Last one. We'll do one more per side. And this right side feels so much easier to stretch than the left side. It's kind of wild, the difference in the feeling. So anyways, it's been an easy day to be out there all day because it's just so nice outside. I'm a fan of this weather. Hot enough that you can get a tan if you want in an hour or so, you know, without having to spend all day out in the sun. Hot enough you can get a tan, you know, where there's some UVs, but cool enough that you could spend most of the day outside and not feel very miserable. I don't know what the humidity was today, but it didn't feel that bad. Definitely not as bad as this weekend. Jeez. All right, we're gonna stay on the hammy train, and we're gonna add the knee now. So instead of sitting, I'm gonna plant my knee, and I'm just gonna work this hamstring. So I'm gonna lean chest down, and I'm just gonna work back and forth like this. So hips in, straighten that knee, and you should feel the hamstring stretch as the knee straightens. If you don't feel that hamstring, you gotta keep your chest lower. Hip and chest position matter in this hamstring work. Yeah, the humidity this weekend, like Friday night, Saturday morning, I think overnight it was like 98% humidity in North Carolina. 98%. North Carolina is a little bit of a generalization because all of North Carolina wasn't that way with, you know, mountains and beaches and everything. 98% here. That is humid. That's wet. That's literally, you walk outside and you're like, did I start sweating? No, I'm not sweating yet. It's literally the atmosphere is sweating onto me. It's sweating onto my skin. It's wild. 98% humidity. All right, let's get one more rep in. Hammy. Switch. Hair's getting out of control. I don't know if yours is. I know you can technically go get your hair cut now, but I don't know. Not ready to go to someone to cut my hair yet. And just, I don't know. I just don't really want to deal with it, honestly. At this point, I kind of want to stay home just because it keeps me from dealing with what's going to be forced upon me if I don't stay home. You know, like stand 6 feet from this person. Don't touch their hand with your hand. I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna lie. That may be a bad thing to say, but at least when I'm home, nobody expects me to wear a mask. At least when I'm at home, nobody expects me to wear a shirt. No shirt, no shoes, no problems when I'm at home, you know. One more rep. Let's get a little lean in. One more. Get that hamstring. Nicely done. All right, let's get the them hips open. We're gonna spread the knees and we're gonna lean forward. So let your hips sink apart, let your knees kind of fade away from each other, and then we're just gonna kind of work back, get a big hip stretch, and then forward, and we're just gonna go back and forth. I know it's not the most graceful position in the world, but you'll be okay, I promise. It's good for you, they say. Stretch your hips, they say. I'm trying to do the splits before I die. I don't know about you, but I think it'd be pretty rad. Drop a split on them. A real one, not those dancing splits. Anytime you see somebody dance and they do the splits, look at their back knee, it's bent. That's not the splits. Straight knees is the splits. I've always wanted to be just like Poe. You guys know Poe? No? Kung Fu Panda? You guys know Kung Fu Panda? That's Poe. The Kung Fu Panda. There's that point in the movie where they walk into the room and he's up in the corner doing a split, eating cookies. I think he's eating cookies. He's doing the splits up there. It'd be funny to be in the gym one day, walk in, just be sitting in the splits, eating cookies. I used to joke that I would do that one day. Just be up there doing the splits, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, but maybe with these mobility flows, it will. The splits. All right, boys and girls, that brings us to the culmination of our mobility flow today. I hope you had a good time. I love you to the spoon and back. Call Ben and Jerry, let them know. I'll see you tomorrow.